Hello, welcome to We Did a Podcast. I am Frank. I have here with me David.
Here, hello.
And today we have a special guest with us, Danny.
Hello.
He's back.
Hello to you too. Today we're going to be talking about songs, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about covers. We're going to be talking about our favorite covers. And we're going to be talking about our least favorite covers.
Mm-hmm.
How exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. I just want to iterate, maybe not even reiterate, but these are, it's reiterate.
Have we
Anyways,
reiterated about this
you did,
before?
yeah. This is a reiteration, but these are not like the best cover songs. I think they're personal favorites because there's some really obvious choices, and I tried not to get too obvious with it, but
almost always speaking objectively.
yeah.
Because we are always right.
It might sound like fact, but that's just because I'm really convicted
right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
and stubborn.
Hot take.
Exactly.
I offer this.
Some hot takes coming at you.
Hot
and
takes
some
coming
hot
at you.
tracks.
Here we go.
Is all jazz essentially good and bad covers?
I was thinking about that too earlier, but I was thinking more in the terms of like a musical. I was going to put Johnny Depp doing Sweeney Todd as worst covers, but I was like, does it count if it's just a piece? I don't know. I don't think jazz would count.
Yeah, no. It's like 7 songs that they just redo all over again.
But where's the line? Like, what if you do a jazzy song that is like New York, but it's like Frank Sinatra? That doesn't count, right? That's
Autumn
a pop
Leaves.
song.
Yeah, you should just stop doing Autumn Leaves.
Yeah, everyone should just stop.
Just please take it
They're all
out.
gone.
Take it out of the Great American Songbook.
Well, I believe I'm going to have Danny start us off.
Yeah,
because we
Danny
didn't
does
discuss who was going to start first.
So are we going to go around do besties and worsties?
Yeah, we're going to go like in
besties
order.
first
So give us
and
your
then
third
worsties?
best.
Besties.
I don't know if they're in a
My
particular
third
order.
best. Yeah, I don't know if I have an order, but I will say
I'll make up the order as we go along. That's what my plan was.
this is really hard to
I'll
narrow
fill it
down.
out in the moment.
Yeah, I feel like there was more than 3 that were really good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have to go kind of obvious, or maybe not so obvious, and I'll say that "My Girl" by Nirvana is a really good one
Okay.
because I heard that song first through the Unplugged session. And
Oh. I'm sorry, I don't want to be a snooty Nirvana
Is it-
fan,
okay,
but it's
throw it
Where
out.
Did You Sleep Last Night? is
where
the
did
name
you
of the
sleep?
song.
That okay?
I
And
was
it's
thinking about the My Girl
in
song.
parentheses.
Like, boom.
My Girl, right? Okay.
I was like, I don't think they played that song.
No, you're right. But yeah. Also, I didn't know that song existed before I
Oh,
heard it
yeah,
on
for sure.
Unplugged,
That's
which
when
I
you
don't
hear
think many
first.
people did. Yeah.
No.
And it's just such an incredible impression of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole concert.
It's
They
it's
nailed it.
out of this world.
They picked the right tunes. They barely played any of their own songs. That whole thing is full of good covers.
The Man Who Sold the World on that one. Too.
Oh yeah, that would have been another great choice.
Not on my list, but also a good
Yeah.
one from that album.
I mean, we talked about it before. The problem a lot of us had in choosing these lists was thinking about covers that we didn't like. Because there's so many
It
good
is.
covers.
Yeah.
And
And they're kind of subjective.
just like forget about the ones you don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just put them out of my mind. Never want to think about it again.
usually you get sent or tagged in bad covers, and you just kind of like laugh at them, and then just kind of scroll along.
Yeah, for sure. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got, Frank?
So I guess for my third, I am going to go with Killing Moon by Pavement, originally by Echo and the Bunnymen.
Wow,
I love this cover.
that's a great one.
The original is super awesome. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
just like the
man.
Pavement one
Yeah,
a
man.
little bit more. They
Echo
had
and the
their own little
Bunnymen.
feel on
Yeah.
it. They had their own little verse. They have a random little cucumber, cucumber, cabbage, just for fun.
Yeah, Pavement's
just in
weird.
the middle of it. Yeah,
They like getting weird
You
with
gotta
it.
get
I'm
weird.
down.
Yeah, and I gotta give it to Pavement on this one for sure. Just because the album, the Pavement album where this song is way better than the Echo and the Bunnymen album. I tried to listen to it one time, and it's like there's not a lot of great songs on that album.
They've got sparing songs for me. Like
I haven't ever checked him out. That
No.
song's been enough. But I'm
It's
gonna
whatever.
jam the
they're-
Pavement one again after
That
this.
song's
I
a
forgot
good one
about
for
that.
sure.
That's a really good one. I need to open my Spotify while we're talking
I feel
about
like a
this.
lot of people that like Echo and the Bunnymen like religiously are people that wear a lot of Birkenstocks and have trail mix in their pockets,
Yeah, and they're super old now too.
and they're super old.
Yeah.
Wow.
The that cover is pretty close, I think, to the real song. You know what I mean? They don't deviate too much. They change the lyrics and stuff, which is pretty cool.
That
I think that's
reminds
always
me.
a good
Oh, sorry.
feature. No, you're good, man.
That reminds
cut him
me.
off all you want. I'll cut you off while you're cutting him
Yeah,
off.
you're cutting me off right now. Can I finish?
I'm telling you, I will.
That reminds me of the Death Cab cover too. This Charming Man. They did the Smiths one.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not too different. It doesn't stray.
No, it's just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
It's good though.
It's
That's a
good.
good cover too.
I
Man, I
like-
should have picked that cover. Oh.
There's so many,
so many good
covers.
My third, I picked Cake
Ooh.
cover. Cakes. I forgot to put the S. I tried to put it on afterwards. Cakes cover
Cakes.
of War Pigs.
Oh, I don't
Which-
think I've heard that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man. I'm not a big Black Sabbath fan or Ozzy Osbourne fan. I do dig the song War Pigs. I
Yeah.
think that song's pretty cool.
I think it's one of their best.
It's got like a real like driving rhythm to it. This War Pigs is like a little bit faster and it gets like a little like tribal almost. I don't know. And then the horns add a lot to it. It's a good cover. And the bass, it's got this bass line that's just like pummeling through the song. It's so tasty.
Is that dun?
Yeah, but in this one, it's a continuing bass line. It's like do 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 do.
Really?
It's like really. I'll show it to you guys right now.
I would love to hear that.
It's good.
I think like Sabbath too. I'm not a huge fan of them, but
Yeah.
like certain songs like Snowblind is really good too.
I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah, my Sabbath knowledge is not deep.
They're not
Whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not huge.
The
in
guy
them.
peed on the Alamo. It's unforgivable with Texans. Get out of here, Ozzy Osbourne.
They
with your
forgave him
trash
already.
music.
He's allowed to go
No,
back.
I haven't forgiven him. It's not good enough.
He hasn't earned my
Remember
apology.
the Alamo, everybody. Especially all you Yankees. Anyways,
Stay out of our country.
David drawing down the line.
sorry, I channeled something weird there. Everyone.
Texas
Don't-
can still secede.
Texas,
Don't tread on
Lone
this
Star
guy.
State.
The United State of Texas.
Texas is the best though, but that's another thing.
It is
What's your next one, Danny?
objectively. This is really hard to narrow down. I feel like we should just talk about all these good ones.
All right.
Yeah.
I will say, I guess I'm gonna go like from being a kid and hearing it. Also, another one I did not know had an original version.
Ooh, okay. Those are always good.
Mad World with Gary Jules.
Ooh,
Oh, that is a good one.
yeah.
Love Tears for Fears also did not know they did the original.
I love Tears for Fears, and I don't like that song.
Yeah,
I don't like
it
the
wasn't
Tears
that
for
good,
Fears
right?
version at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Gary Jules one's way better. And it's because, I don't know, I know that one because of Donnie Darko. I don't know
Right,
if
and that's
yeah,
why I heard
exactly. It fits it so perfect.
And it was one of those that I heard the piano line instantly and was like, if I ever play piano, that's what I want to learn.
It is one of those songs, and I remember, like, in high school, everyone, if you knew a song on piano,
Oh yeah, I know.
it's either
it. Yeah.
Imagine or Mad World. There's a good chance it's one of the two of them.
Not so much anymore. Now it's just like that one. All the kiddos play that Kanye song,
Oh,
which is only like 4 notes, right?
of course.
Nailed it.
We're lowering the bar, America. Let's pick it up.
That's our second song so far off of the Donnie Darko soundtrack.
Oh, whoa, nice.
Which was the other
Killing
one? Oh,
Moon
the
is on
Echo and the
there.
Bunnyman one, right?
Yeah.
Top
wow.
3, bottom 3 movie soundtracks.
Wow,
Donnie Darko's a good one.
Yeah, that is
It's
a
got
good one.
that's an awesome
Fire
movie.
soundtrack.
I love that movie.
So I guess for my number 2, I'm going to go with The Ecstasy of Gold. There's a cover on YouTube.
Are you talking about the one with the therapy?
Yeah, by this musician named Carolina Eyck, Eyck, Ike.
I'm pretty sure.
Ike, originally by Ennio Morricone.
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 Is it?
Morricone, but that's all right. Sorry. I'm being super pretentious right now, everyone. I'm sorry. I
I mean,
can't.
Somebody's got to correct me, I suppose.
I'm on the fly.
I
Wait,
guess.
so yeah, I've never heard this.
Okay, so Ennio Morricone is
Oh my
that's from The
goodness.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. He wrote the soundtrack for that movie, and he got an Oscar for it too.
I mean, the song's beautiful. I
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to the original sometimes when I'm just driving around because it makes everything you experience seem so much more epic. It's beautiful,
yeah.
especially if you're driving around at sunset, or like if you just happen to be driving around in the early morning. Put on Ecstasy of Gold. It's gonna make your
Interesting.
drive super awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard.
It-
Oh my goodness.
As soon as you hear it, you'll be like, I've heard that.
Okay,
it's
that
it's a
one.
very famous
Is
tune.
it like big and western?
and
it's
this
like
cover
Westerns.
specifically,
Is it the-
it's on. What?
No, it's
No.
not that. It's like, wow, 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 Anyways, we're gonna get flagged.
Oh, it's so good. I know, too much.
Good.
It's on a theremin, and she uses vocal loops as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like this cover is perfect for that setup because you get the like really rich like bass notes on the theremin, and also like high sweeps that are really good for that like Western feel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. We should check it out after this, Danny. You really need to hear it.
Will.
Dope.
I have it on a playlist actually. I show it to my students.
Well, that's where I
None of
saw
them
it
have ever seen a
originally. You
theremin.
showed it to me.
Oh, did I really?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, man.
I'm sure of it.
I think I saw it on Facebook. I forgot where I discovered it, but theremin's great because it's just such an imprecise instrument.
Yeah.
And there's no visual cue.
No.
You know, a violin, you can figure it out by like your relationship on the instrument's length, but
Oh yeah.
theremin's crazy.
It is.
We need to get one, everyone.
I know.
I'm so
We've been
excited to
talking
get
about
one.
theremin all
I really
night,
just
everybody.
need
It's
to
just
hunt
out
it
of pure
down.
memory, too. You know? It's crazy.
Just everybody's trying to get a theremin. It's making me it's making it very hard for me to purchase one.
Yeah.
Everybody calm down for a little bit. I just need one, all right? I
Let
need
Frankie
one.
get one for
Well,
Frankie.
Yeah. Us talking about it's not going to help. Probably not that much, anyways.
Oops.
My second is Prince's live cover of Creep.
Ooh.
That's so funny. I was thinking
Yeah.
about a Creep cover.
And I'm not sure if the story's real, but to my understanding, Prince was playing before Radiohead at the same music festival. This was like years ago. I forgot what year it was.
It's gotta be 90s.
But no, it's like the 2000s.
Wow.
It was like I want to say 2003. And I also want to say 2013. I don't know. We're going to look this up. Sorry. I should have got this date. Anyways, the date's not important. He played Creep knowing the Radiohead wasn't going to play Creep.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what's great about the cover is that
That's a good move.
it's-
very Prince move.
it's clear that Prince doesn't know the words of the
I'll
song.
do it then.
But at the same time, that's like Prince's last concern. He's just like nailing the song.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, he puts this big fat Prince guitar solo on top of it. It tears, guys.
Really?
It rips and it shreds. Like
I would
it's
love to see this.
we're gonna share our list after this version. Watch a bunch of music.
The ripping and the
Oh,
tearing.
it's so good, man. It's great, and you also, well, it's just his vocal stuff. He takes out a bunch of sections of the song too. It's super simple, but everything is like elongated for these big jams, and that's all it really is. It's his band just like grooving for a while. Oh, it's so good. We'll watch it. Anyways,
That's awesome.
what you got next, man? What's your top?
So I feel like I got to be a little hipster here and throw something.
great.
In there. Yeah, I know. Well, man, I've got a bunch, but let's just. All right, I don't know if you guys jam the Punch Brothers. You guys
Oh, I'm very familiar with them just because
I haven't
my
really
buddies
jammed the
are
Punch Brothers.
are crazy about Punch
love
Brothers.
the Punch Brothers.
Are they anything like the Mario Brothers?
Sort of.
They punch a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay.
They're a
Do
little
they
more
jump on turtle shells at all?
No
They play-
violence against animals.
They play kind of
Okay.
like bluegrassy music, right?
They-
It's like folk.
It's like alt bluegrassy, alt.
Yeah, it's got
Alt
that
country kind of
feel
thing.
to it, but it's kind of proggy in a weird way.
It's amazing.
It's very high level harmony
They play
stuff
like-
going on.
They play like a Debussy cover. Also, that's just
Yeah,
incredible.
really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
with mandolin and violin.
Oh my
And
goodness!
it's, like it'll blow your mind. It's
Okay,
really good.
I need to give Punch Brothers.
Yeah,
some
we're
more
gonna.
time.
I'll show you guys that one
Okay.
when we get done. But this one is they did Kid A. So like
Ooh.
every album they put out, they always have a really good cover on.
Hey,
Yeah.
2 Donnie Darko's, 2 Radiohead songs. Everyone,
Yeah. See
there's
a theme.
there's a
emerging
theme
here.
going on here.
Yeah.
What's the next one? There's got to be 3. Anyways, sorry to sidetrack.
No, I mean it's incredible. I'll show you guys after this. I don't think they do the vocals, but they do it with like the violins and they do it with the mandolins and stuff.
Oh,
and it's
okay.
just incredible.
And how it's more? I mean, it's more than just the 2 dudes, right? Like it's a pretty big band. Isn't it?
Like the main Raiders, I believe, are 2 or 3. And
Oh,
then-
really? Okay.
And then they have a big band. This album, I think the latest one, the Phosphorescent Blues, has just been a solid slammer this entire year because every track on it is consecutively amazing.
Really? Okay.
So I'm gonna show you guys the bangers when we get out of here.
All right, well, check this out. Eric Howell's been talking to me about that
Dude,
band
they're
for so
incredible,
long, and he would always put them on when we were like driving to get lunch at school or something.
Yep.
It's good stuff.
Sliding it in.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got good music taste. Shout out Eric Howell.
Eric Howell's a good dude.
He
Awesome
is.
player.
Yeah, great bass player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Listen to his music too. Hey, if anything else, forget all these songs. Just go look up Eric Howell's solo music. He's got great stuff.
Does he just go under his name?
Yeah, he's got a SoundCloud that's just Eric Howell, and it's got great stuff. A lot of bass music,
Nice.
Electronic music. It's all over the place. He's got really, really interesting things.
Dude's awesome.
Anyways,
Interesting thing.
my plug's done. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Just a fan.
Yeah, just a fan.
Well, that makes it my turn, I suppose.
I suppose.
Nah, let's skip him.
I
All right,
spent-
David, what about the worst ones?
So for my number one, and this is one I went back and forth on a little bit. There was a lot of deliberating.
It's hard.
I went with Colorblind. Colorblind, the Between the Buried and Me cover.
Man.
Yeah, off of the
Yeah.
Anatomy album. So good.
Another song I didn't know existed before.
Yeah, I heard that version before the Counting Crows version.
Mm-hmm.
And the original is really good too, but I love the Between the Buried and Me cover.
Lied, Frank.
What did I do?
I thought you weren't going to pick one of the Between the Buried and Me covers.
From the
That's
Anatomy
hilarious.
of?
No, I said I went back and forth between a few of them, and I did.
Oh, okay,
Like,
see,
I
now I
picked
misunderstood.
another one before that, and it's like physically scratched out, and I wrote over it Colorblind.
That is a great album.
Oh my
And even if you're not into metal, although Between the Buried and Me, I feel like has mellowed out a little bit from their
Yeah.
older stuff.
Yeah, they're still
But
going strong.
that album's not very metal at all.
There's not really. There's one song with like aggressive vocals.
Yeah.
on it, really.
Everything's real clean.
But I remember that song in particular being in our playlists and
That
burned
one's good.
CDs when we were in high school.
Oh yeah,
Like our whole friend
Oh.
group was like, "This song's incredible."
it was so
And
good.
It was. It still is awesome.
Yeah, it's a good
I
one.
was listening to that album today,
Ugh.
and there's just so many good covers on that album. I mean, it's an album of covers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so many of them
That
are
in
so
itself
good.
is such an awesome idea.
The Pet Cemetery one is really, or Pet Cemetery, Cemetery Gates one
Cemetery
is really
Gates
good.
is really good. Yeah.
Three of a Perfect Pair.
They even
Bicycle
did like
Race, man.
Yeah,
Bicycle
Bicycle
Race is
Race.
great.
Oh yeah.
They even made me like want to listen to the Motley Crue ones they threw on there.
Yeah.
And like the Blackened by Metallica, like they made it sound incredible too. I don't even like
Between
Metallica.
the Buried and Me, so
yeah.
good.
There's this awesome, like the music teacher nerd of me loves the part in the Bicycle Race after the bells ring. And the Queen version, it just comes in. There's
a little chromatic
Yeah, and
trills
like,
they're
and like
doing.
a call and response thing. But in the Between the Buried and Me version, they add in like a William Tell rhythm behind. It's like it's sick, but it makes sense, like
Yeah.
given the context of the song. It's
They
good.
nail Queen. But BT Bam has done Bohemian Rhapsody live too.
Oh, that's
It's like-
true.
Ooh.
Well, they got the numbers to produce such like epic sounds like
Yeah.
that too, and they're just, I mean, they're just
They're just
brilliant
insane
dudes.
musicians.
Yeah.
I won't say a plug, but as a fan, their new album is incredible.
Oh yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about the new
Yeah.
album before you got here when we were setting up.
I've been jamming it at school in between the
so
breaks.
good, man. It's like it's got that aggression from the early stuff, but it's also
Yeah.
just so interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, the concept's
Ooh.
really good too.
fantastic. Between the Buried and Me. I need to go see him.
Solid band.
My top, yeah, this is top, right?
Yeah,
My favorite cover. And I feel like-
of it.
We've talked about a lot of different kinds of covers. There's the cover that you didn't know was a song, maybe because the cover's so popular. There's a cover that's like to the book. There's the cover that like changes the song
It's
a lot.
better than the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those for sure.
Oh.
At least in my opinion. It's,
I love like adding your own
I
twist
hope,
on the.
I hope it's
cover.
the one I'm thinking.
ooh, I don't know. I don't think it is.
No?
Well, maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
It's Earth, Wind, and Fire's
Oh.
cover
No.
of Got to Get You Into My Life. And it's better than the Beatles song. Like,
Really?
For sure. Which is, I think, a bold statement. Beatles are one you don't cover that often. Just like Bohemian Rhapsody. You got a lot of guts if you're trying to cover that song.
I feel like I've never heard that Beatles song.
Dude, it's when I think of the song, I just think of the Earth, Wind, and Fire version. It's just got so much funk. It's got these beautiful horns in it. It's just better, dude.
That's
It's better
awesome.
in every way. We're gonna listen to so much music after
we got
this.
some covers to listen. You know, on that topic, like, I was gonna choose either or, but I wasn't sure which one came first. It was like a chicken and the egg situation with this because I wasn't sure if the Iron and Wine song came first or if the Postal Service song came first.
Oh, it is the Postal Service song first.
So he covered that.
He
Okay.
covered that, and I want to say that it wasn't. It was like it was for the movie Garden State that he covered it.
Ooh.
It came out on that soundtrack, and one of the only reasons he covered it too is because it was from the same catalog. They're both Sub Pop artists,
Oh.
so it was also like a little bit of a PR move.
Yeah.
Or I might be wrong about
I don't think that Iron and Wine is sub pop.
No, they're totally not. It was something to do with the movie. I don't know. I remember reading something about that when I was researching Sub Pop for like a production class I was taking, but Man, I'm totally misinformed today. I need to like do my research.
But,
Wow,
yeah.
David, you're unprepared.
Well, I didn't know we were
going
going
to
to talk about Sub Pop in my defense.
I've
But
got
I
a
am
whole research
unprepared
on
and
this.
unresearched. I'm going to go get my paper. Anyways, what's yours?
Are we going worsties?
I think that's it, right? That's our best. Yeah. What's your...
That tops off our best,
At the
and I
end
like
of
that we
can
did it this
talk-
way.
I mean, after the worsties, can we just talk a little bit about like the other ones we had on our list?
Yeah, we can go back to some... Or do we want to do honorable best mentions now? Just
I
get
had
them out
some
of the way.
honorable mentions, but I think I'm going to save it for a minute.
After
Okay,
the worsties.
let's go
Okay.
best, just in case one of us hates
I'm going to feel
someone's
out the
favorite
right
song.
moment to mention it honorably.
All right,
Alright.
so the worst was kind of, like we said, it was really harder to come up with because
It was really harder.
it was really harder much because
Oh my
I just
gosh,
try
my brain.
and just I just try and block these from my brain whenever someone tags me in a bad cover or something.
Yeah.
A lot of the kiddos that I had worked with in my like line of work
Yeah.
have requested
For
this
those
version.
that don't know, Danny is in a child fighting ring. He
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
trainer, and he
I also
trains children
sell
to
'em.
fight to the death.
Cut their ears short, makes
Yeah.
them
Oh my
easier to
gosh.
fight.
Yeah, you got to cut their ears off so there's like less to grab
Dock
onto.
their tails. Yeah. Anyways, anyway, we're back.
Dang.
Kids have requested the Sound of Silence, and I've been like, "Oh, I love the Sound of Silence," and they'd say, "Oh yeah, it's by this one band, Disturbed." I'm like, and it cuts me every time.
Danny, that's my number one.
Is it? Oh, I'm so glad
No,
we're on
wait.
the same page.
No, that's my number 3 too, actually. What a weird
it?
coincidence. Yeah.
Well,
no,
this
I was
should be
looking at my
number
lineup. It's
How
awful.
cute.
It is the
It's awful.
worst.
Guys.
I remember people showing me this too, and older people that were into rock showing me this too.
Yeah.
And they're just like jamming
No,
it.
it's so popular.
How popular
and I'm not
is it?
I'm not even joking. Like their live performance on SNL was like one of the top like music videos viewed on YouTube. It's super.
I'm just waiting
super
for like the
popular.
like while I'm listening to it.
I was listening to it today, trying to refresh my brain
How
about what I
much you
didn't
hate
like
it.
about it. And here's what it is, because I listened to him back to back, and the Simon and Garfunkel one starts off real soft, and then it comes in, and it's just a little groove. It's not anything crazy. It doesn't build, doesn't go anywhere. It just stays the same. The Disturbed version, it does grow. Like the background, like the orchestration. At the end, they have like timpanis and like orchestral instruments. It gets really big, which I think is kind of a cool idea. But the bad parts of the vocals, it's
The vocals are
just
so
off.
bad. Like the instrumentation is okay.
Yeah, the instrumentation I could get by with,
Yeah.
but the vocals are just
And
all
especially
wrong.
because he butt rocks it, and
That's exactly it. Oh my, Danny, we were on 100% on the same page right here, man.
he butt rocks it.
Yeah.
And then also it's just like he has so much vibrato in it too at certain
Yes.
points that I'm just like,
Oh, Danny. The thing about the Simon and Garfunkel version is that the line "Sound of Silence" is light.
yeah.
It's like the sound of silence.
It's like word painting, right?
And it's so light. And then in the Disturbed one, it's like the sound.
yeah. And he always breathes and does
It's just-
so much like
It's way too
diaphragm with like the sound.
Yeah. It's dad rock.
Terrible.
It's
It's
super
very
dad rock.
And then the thing that Sound of Silence is known for is the harmonies.
Yeah.
And it's like Simon and Garfunkel, and there's
Yeah.
no harmonies. There's just this guy auto-tuned.
Yes,
The
and there's-
auto-tune is harsh.
Heavy digital effects on his voice.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible.
It does.
I don't know.
And the compression is so harsh. Like you can hear when he's coming in. It's like every time he's singing.
but I
it's-
think people just dig it.
yeah. It's radio, man.
I don't get
What are
it.
you gonna do?
I
It's
honestly
radio,
don't-
baby.
But I
You
don't
got to
know-
give the people what they want.
Why
Gotta
are we
give it to
listening
'em.
to bad music?
I
though?
don't get it. Why do they make good music bad music? That's what I don't get. Sorry, rant over.
Sorry, Frank. What was your pick?
I love that you guys knocked it out in one. That was really fun to
Well,
watch.
I felt like it made the most sense to dogpile on it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
awful.
just listened to you talk about it again
Yeah.
separately.
So bad.
That would not have been good.
No.
Oh, glad we
So
could air that
my three, yeah, I guess my number 3 worst is going to be "When a Man Loves a Woman," the Michael Bolton cover. Yes, the R&B classic originally done by Percy Sledge, because some producer, or I guess Michael Bolton, somebody thought it was a good idea. Let Michael Bolton take a run at it. You know who's got soul? Michael Bolton.
the sweater man himself.
I
so
don't
bad.
think I've ever heard this.
I was gonna listen to it a little bit today just to like get some pointers and stuff, and like 30 seconds in, I was like, no more. Let me listen to the original
His
instead.
voice kind of sounds like he's holding his nose all the time too.
Yeah, I mean, he goes for it, he tries, but and then the instrumentation is so like cringy. As soon as it starts, like a first note, I was like, not liking it, not happy.
Does it have
I'm gonna listen to it.
waspy rhythm too?
It feels a little bit slower, and everything just has a glaze over it of like 90s, just like
Crispy, like holiday music, like Mariah Carey.
it's like they would play it in an office building waiting room where the original is too soulful for their company. So you got to play the Michael Bolton version.
Well, Danny, since we hit mine already, I feel like you should just go now.
You
We'll
wanna
just
do
change
number
the
two? Or
order.
I'll
We'll
be-
go this way now.
Oh, whoa.
Because you guys,
You can do number
you know
two,
what
and
I
then
mean?
I'll do
Danny
number two.
started.
Reverse. Okay, so my number 2 is a whole album. And I had to write down the
He
title
said
of it.
number 2.
The album is called Flaming Lips and Star Death
Oh.
and White Dwarfs with Henry Rollins and Peaches doing Dark Side of the Moon.
That's the name of the album.
That's the name of the album. That's like what the whole title is.
It rolls off the tongue.
It really does. I had to write it down. It is a full cover of the entire Dark Side of the Moon album. Every single track. And some of the songs are primarily Flaming Lips, and then some of them they get these other bands in on it. It's somewhat of a collaboration, but in a weird way. I don't know. And it's just very synthy, super digital sounding. But it totally misses the point.
Yeah.
It loses all of its...
There's no soul.
Yeah, it loses all of its soul, and a lot of it is just like annoying. I don't know. It's annoying, and none of it is even close to being as good as the Dark Side of the Moon one, which most of Dark Side of the Moon, most of the best parts is like David Gilmour's guitar solos,
Yeah.
which are just ridiculous
His tone,
and full of soul, which is funny because the Between the Buried and Me cover of
Us and Them.
Us and Them,
I love that one.
it's good. It's really good, but it's not as the guitar work's not as like it's precise, but it's not emotional. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just not. And then this version seems lifeless. Is really what it seems like. The only thing, and it might be a little sacrilegious, is the two instrumental tracks on the album, which is, what are they again? I wrote them down. On the Run and Any Color You Like. They're better on the Flaming Lips version.
Whoa.
They're somehow funkier, but like really synthy. Whereas on the Pink Floyd one, I always felt like they were filler tracks. It just felt like connecting one song to another song. This one, they seem more purposeful. But man, the whole thing's a letdown, and it was just too ambitious. They could not pull it off.
Yeah.
There's also a really bad Flaming Lips cover of Bohemian Rhapsody that they try and do at some
I
festival,
don't even want to hear that.
and it turns into like a sing-along because he can't hit the notes.
No.
It's embarrassing.
I do like that you changed it up and did a whole album.
Well, the thing as a whole is bad. I felt like I had to hit the whole thing, and it was a big letdown because I remember when it was coming out. I am a Flaming Lips fan,
Yeah.
and I love
I do
Pink
love
Floyd.
Flaming Lips, yeah.
And it was like, oh, this is going to be really interesting. And they tried something really different. I just don't think it works. Maybe some people like it, but I just don't think it works at all.
I wanted to see what the producer or like the engineer was while they were recording this. Just like, ooh, yeah, no, it's great.
How many times does that go through an engineer's head? You know what I mean?
Man, I mean, constantly, I'm sure.
I'll have to ask FedEx.
Whenever
Yeah.
I hear a really bad track, I always think of the engineer having to listen to it over and over again, just
Like
wishing
piling-
for the mix to be over.
Steaming pile of bad
Yuck.
that they have to just.
There's a
form.
lot of bad stuff out there.
There's a lot of bad artists.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Auto tune them,
There you go. To
cut them up, and auto tune them.
There you go.
That was good. That was a good submission.
Oh, thank you, man.
Well done,
Appreciate
David.
it. Who's got 2? Frank? We're going backwards?
Ooh, I will say number 2.
Go for it.
Whoa.
I think it really makes me cringe. I don't know if it counts as a cover because the rights to the song were bought to sample for this other song.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's a hip-hop track?
This is a hip hop track. Also from a hip hop artist who I think is stupid. But it's Jason Derulo. And he took, I don't know the name of the song actually, but he took Imogen Heap's Hide and Seek for just what you say, like that part.
Oh, I have heard this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason
I don't
Derulo
have
likes
it
to let
fresh
you
in my
know
memory.
that you're listening
can't
to a
hear it.
Jason Derulo song by shouting out his name before every song too. Or
That's how you do it.
Yep.
Ugh,
And
that's
it's just
gross.
it's cringe because I love Imogen Heap. I love that song. I mean,
what you say?
it's an achievement of music.
Well, I'm not a huge image, but that is a really good song.
Yeah.
Though, and it's got great production.
Also, just it's just an amazing song.
I feel like there's so many rap songs like that you could include for sure. There's a lot of really bad usages of just like one little section.
Since I'm probably on the subject, and I'll just say it, I'll also say P. Diddy when he was Puff Daddy, and took the Cashmere sample for the Godzilla soundtrack.
Why you got to bring that up, Danny? Why you got to tear that?
Forgotten about that.
I thought that was gone from my memory.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, my orchestra's doing Cashmere at the end of the year for our Pops concert. We should
Throw on the Puff Daddy version.
Throw on the Puff Daddy version.
They're like, I'm sorry, what artist was this?
Who is Puff Daddy?
By the composer Puff Daddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs.
So that's my slam on that.
And that's my slam
And
on
it was
that.
a
That should
slam
be your
dunk.
sign off. It's really good. I like it.
Shade has been thrown.
So for this is number 2, correct? Number 2 pick?
See?
C.
Frank's
for my
number
for my number 2 pick, it's going to be the cover of Imagine, done by none other than Avril Lavigne. And you can imagine how good
I don't
that
have to
is.
imagine. I've heard it.
The great Canadian
it is
songstress,
awful.
Avril Lavigne.
It's just very like poppy and gross. It's just not good.
Super auto-tuned Avril Lavigne.
Did Rush like steal a leprechaun's gold, and then Canada got cursed with Avril Lavigne and Justin
And
Bieber?
Celine Dion.
They were just like, here's all the bad stuff.
Don't go stealing leprechaun
Nickelback.
gold, folks. Nothing good can come of it. It might seem tempting, but there's a bigger price to pay than what you will earn.
There's serious repercussions.
Especially Canadian leprechauns.
Yeah, they're feisty, those Canadian leprechauns. They're all hopped up
They'll
on all
doom
that
you.
maple
Yeah.
syrup. Yeah, that sugar rush.
$1 to whoever can nail a Canadian leprechaun voice right now.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm like, I can't even try.
Do it, man. $2. I'll raise it.
What?
Leave me
What's the
Lucky
booth
Charms
being
alone.
after all my gold? How was that?
Dollars
Did,
for
I,
That was
buddy.
pretty good, actually. Yeah.
did I look like a little man in a flannel hat?
I got to buy you 4 tacos at Jack in the Box, yeah.
Ooh, taco time. We're going to pause really quick for tacos.
Oh, this is my turn, sorry. In a weird way,
Yeah, I don't
mine's
want to talk about that Avril Lavigne cover anymore.
very similar to yours. It's just sacrilege. It's someone who should not be touching someone else's song.
Don't touch it.
And this one is Miley Cyrus's cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
I almost did this one.
She was playing it live at a bunch of shows. It's on YouTube, and it is awful.
It's exactly as bad as you think it would be.
It's just her acting like a pop singer on a song that just doesn't fit at all. And I can imagine Kurt Cobain just like rolling over in his grave, just like
Well, he wouldn't
on
be able
fire.
to hear it,
Just rolling over in his grave.
even as a
Wow.
zombie.
Wow, Danny.
Kurt Cobain couldn't be a zombie, just technically speaking.
Seriously, right?
Whoa.
He took care of it just in case.
Maybe he, yeah.
Good point. What if
He's
he
nothing but
was a
considerate.
That's what I'm
zombie?
saying. He was turning.
No, probably not. Anyways, anyway, I did it.
I know.
You threw it onto me, man.
It's going to hurt.
What I am trying to say is, Kurt Cobain is just so anti fame and anti like symbolism, which is really ironic. And part of the reason why he was so unhappy, because he just didn't like all the attention. Like, he wanted to record music and be a musician, but he didn't want to be like
A rock star.
the poster child of a generation or something, which kind of blew up overnight. But I honestly could not imagine what he would think if he was alive to see Miley Cyrus covering his song. But I mean, she's a fan, and Miley Cyrus has some good music. She has some good stuff with Flaming Lips. She did some Beatles covers. They did Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. That was pretty good. And she also has a really good Jolene, which is like
Oh, yeah.
tasty, and that's a good track. That was a good one. Recommended. Stay away. Stay away from Nirvana. Everybody,
Yeah.
especially you, Disturbed. I don't want to
Stop
see it.
touching it. Yeah.
Get out of here.
I guess this will be my number one, but it's not. I'm not filled with like the vitriol I should have for it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because I do like this artist and his renditions of songs. Oh.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys have heard of good old Richard Cheese, right?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Richard Cheese is great. Richard
Dawn of
Cheese
the
is
Dead.
good. Yeah.
That's
Dawn
why
of
I
the Dead.
know Richard Cheese. Great stuff.
Come on, get down with the sickness. I just don't like the chop suey version that he did.
Oh, it's bad.
It's really bad.
Well, and you know what? He also does a "Smells Like Teen Spirit" cover, which isn't very good. It's not as offensive as the other one, but he's very hit or miss.
Yeah. And some of them are really good. And some of them are like, wow, this is great and swingy. And it's jazz. And but I will also say I just don't like Weird Al.
Oh,
I am also not.
I'm just going to throw a whole artist into the thing.
dang.
Quick shout out to Brandon. I've helped you move too many times. Your Weird Al collection is way too big. And I'll call you out hardcore, Brandon Blocksdorf.
Terrible.
Yeah,
I hate Weird Al.
Weird
And I
Al,
cringe
not
when I
good.
listen to Weird Al.
not a fan.
You know what? He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
musician, too.
And he's pretty funny when he's just talking. I
Yeah.
just don't like the whole joke
I don't get it.
song. I don't get it. It's very...
He's the
Brandon.
current like stage musician on Comedy Bang Bang, and he's doing a good job. But
Oh, really?
no,
I would just say, yeah, as throwing a whole artist under the bus, yeah. More than Richard Cheese, actually. I'll say the Richard Cheese one is just bad, but my number one is all of Weird Al.
There you go. Okay.
all of Weird
That's a
Al,
solid
good
decision.
number one.
While we're just hitting on that, can I also toss in some stuff?
Yeah,
Just real quick, if
Yeah,
you don't
toss
mind.
something else in
Sorry.
the pile.
Kids Bop, I think, is almost not even needs to be included because it's almost not real music.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
God.
It's just like
I feel like
commercialism.
they have a synth at the Kids Bop studio that with kids' voices
Yeah.
that they just arrange and just play them.
They just have like kids they kidnap off the streets and force them to sing pop songs. The other one is most of any pop goes blank.
I was gonna say most of like the punk goes pop.
and
Yeah,
I was
Oh,
just getting
especially
ready to
now?
say.
Pop goes metal. It got worse.
Nowadays they're terrible.
There was a couple that were okay back.
Bayside
back
did
when
a
it
couple of
started
good
coming out.
ones. Say Anything
Ooh,
did a good
Bayside.
one.
I
They're
love
just-
Bayside.
Those are just very hit or
Give me
miss
some
too. It's
Bayside.
very
They really
like
are.
Richard
I mean, there's
Cheese.
only a couple here and there.
Yeah.
Like Bayside did a Sean Kingston one, like Beautiful Girls, and
Yeah.
He made it really good.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Say Anything did
they did.
Give Me My Money.
Yep, and
That's
it was
a
good.
good cover.
It was good.
I forgot about that song.
Yeah, there's some really good ones on there, but oh, man, I've heard like the last two, Punk Goes Pop.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awful.
They got bad.
Or Metal Goes Pop. It was just. Ugh.
Ugh.
Now they've got like bands that are just no talent. This is terrible.
Ugh.
This is us being grandpas.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, music.
So many
kids
moments
these
like
days.
just today.
I remember
when Punk
Goes Pop came out. Yeah, that's a good comp to throw down there. Two comps.
Yeah. Let's hit them all. Any other comps?
Well, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and do my number one, like
Okay.
bottom. And I deliberated so much over this one, and I just decided I'm not doing another one that I don't like, because I was already like tired of thinking about like covers I
This
didn't
is
like.
like the second time you've been just breaking the rules flippantly.
You know, I love breaking the rules.
You're a
I'm gonna
maverick.
do it.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm just going to talk about another cover that I do like, and that's going to be "Under Pressure," the cover by My Chemical Romance and The Used. Solid
yeah.
cover work.
Yeah, I love it.
I didn't include it in my list originally just because it's hard to beat David Bowie and Queen.
And it's
Yeah,
live.
Yeah,
And it's really good. With
it's
both bands
so
playing.
good. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a good, solid video. Are we talking about the ones we like now?
I mean, that's what I was going to do. I guess we could just talk about some more covers that we'd like at this point. Let's try to keep it a little brief because we still got some peeps and predicts
Yeah, we
to
do have to
True.
see the peep and the predict. To be honest, I don't think I have any other runner-ups that I can think of off the top of my head. Elliott Smith has a bunch of great Beatles covers. He has like 15 or 20 of them. They're mostly on YouTube, but those are awesome. They're all really good.
Oh, what about that Elliott Smith cover album that they came
Oh,
up with.
that's also a pretty snazzy album, man.
Some of them are really bad though.
Some
that
of them
I've heard.
are bad, but the ones that they get right are really good. And it's one of the Avett brothers, the Avett brothers.
Avett brothers.
One of them, I don't know which one it is, to be honest. And a lady who I don't know her name. But it's Avett Plays Smith, I think is what they call, or something like that. I don't remember
Oh,
what
they
the
have like a
album's
whole
called.
album?
Yeah, it's a whole album of Elliott Smith songs, which is pretty crazy. But some of the harmonies on there are great. They open up these spots where you wouldn't have heard that harmony otherwise. Really interesting stuff. But yeah, some of the songs blow. Some of them aren't good.
Some are really bad.
Yeah, some are really
Some are
bad.
downright sacrilegious.
Yeah.
Ooh, strong word choice.
Yeah.
I'd say like two of the ones I wanted to touch was like, I mean, I heard the Landslide through the Smashing Pumpkins before I heard it through Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
And I actually really love the Smashing Pumpkins version of Landslide.
I was going to include the Dixie Chicks as my worst covers.
That's a bad one.
But I think I just hate the Dixie Chicks so much. It's not objectively bad as well. It's just I don't like them.
Yeah,
I don't like their music.
They're not great. Yeah.
But the song by itself's okay. They do some all right harmonies. But the Pumpkins one and the Fleetwood Mac ones, especially the live Fleetwood Mac one from the dance when they got a reunion tour, are good.
Yeah.
Are so good, so powerful.
Yeah.
So
And
much power.
My
Yes.
last plug would be, I guess it counts as a cover, but the Human Abstract actually did Moonlight Sonata.
Ooh,
All three
and it's
movements.
good.
Whoa, all three movements.
All three movements.
My hat's off to you.
And it's incredible. Like,
Ooh.
yeah, they do it with like all of their band instrumentation, like a prog metal band, and it's just like incredible.
I'm going to check that out for
The
sure.
guitar shred.
So
yeah, your students would really
powerful.
enjoy it. I
I'll have
think
to check
too.
it out.
So much power.
Yeah, the third movement is just insane.
So many listening homeworks right now.
But yeah, we'll throw that in there.
You got anything else, Frank?
No, I think that about rounds it up for me.
Well, Danny, would you mind grabbing the Peeps and Predict stars? They're behind you, behind that kaiju.
Surely. Hello,
You can see one of them. Yeah. All right, and we're ready for Peeps and Predicts. Danny, why don't you give us a peep for the evening? Our peeps.
Let's take a peep at some peeps. Ooh-wee-oo. Killer tofu. Do I say it?
Yeah, read it out for us.
it.
In Sync versus Metallica.
NSYNC versus Metallica.
Wow, we got a musical
I
one.
know.
Yeah,
This is awesome.
How fun.
Is that a predict?
that's our peeps.
That's
Those
the
are
peeps.
those are
Them-
who, those are
them
who
is
we're
the
comparing.
peeps.
NSYNC and Metallica.
Ah.
I do
Alright.
this every time. I feel like NSYNC does have JT in it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And is phenomenally better.
You
Yeah.
are correct.
Considerably
You
better.
are both correct.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, Frank?
Let me go first. You suck.
Do it.
Pop out a predict.
I popped out a couple down on the floor.
Way to do it.
I think I'm just going to choose them that way from now on.
Let the flat earth decide.
Real quick, I can't hear anything.
Can you not?
No, my monitor things aren't on. It doesn't seem. I can't hear anything at all.
Maybe his
Pause
headphone.
for technical difficulties.
And we're back for a second time. Frank, why don't you read us this predicament, our first predicament of the evening?
Stops an Investigation by James Comey.
Oh, wow. The show is showing its age.
This is good.
Yeah,
For sure.
That one's been sitting in there for a minute.
Yeah, it has. That's part of the random thing. You can't do anything too topical or it gets all crazy. Poor James Comey.
Should
Poor
we
dude.
Should we do it?
I mean, we're going to do it.
I think, yeah.
That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes, yeah.
Gentlemen, first thoughts.
Here's a huge problem, for me at least. I really don't know anything about Metallica other than like Lars Ulrich not being able to drum very well
Yes.
and the main dude whose name I honestly don't know.
James Hetfield.
I mean, they have
James
some,
Hetfield. Okay, I've heard that before.
James Hetfield.
They have some experience in the courtroom over the
They
whole
do.
Napster thing.
Napster.
That's what I was
true.
gonna say. Yeah, that's a power in their court.
So they got one win under their belt.
Does JT have any court experience?
Well, maybe when he separated from NSYNC.
Oh,
I wonder if there was a rights
I don't know
thing
if there
going
was
on there.
I don't know.
Maybe
I
there were
mean-
some strings attached that he needed to.
But JT's so charming that I
Shut
doubt you could like pin anything on him.
Oh, here's one power. JT does wear a suit and tie.
That is true.
That's awful. That's a terrible joke. What this is getting out of the investigation, right? Like weaseling your way out of it.
Oh, who would stop it, I suppose. Yeah, I guess that's how we'll interpret it. It's open
Yeah.
to
Just like
interpretation.
Trump did. He was like, "You fired." And then it was done.
Some would say that's the best way to stop it.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire the boss.
Well, I don't know. I mean, did it work out? Did Metallica beat Napster? Is that what shut Napster down? I know that there was more things involved in it, but it was still around
Metallica
after the Metallica thing.
won their little settlement.
They won their settlement, but Napster was still just like giving out
Still made a
music to
ton of
everybody.
money. Yeah.
Man, Napster. That's gone.
Napster. It's pre-LimeWire.
Wow, LimeWire, Virus City,
Pre-Kazaa.
Kazaa. What
Remember
in the
Kazaa?
world is Kazaa? No, I never used
You're-
Kazaa.
I only remember Kazaa from the episode we talked about technology that kids wouldn't understand. It was the other episode
Kazaa.
Danny was on. He was talking about Kazaa. And we were like, "You're an old man."
I am.
I use
I'm an old
Bearshare.
interneter.
Bearshare.
I remember pronouncing it Bersher.
Bearshare.
I would say that I was like a prospect on the frontier of the internet.
Right? Remember the internet?
It was
Used to
a
be real
bold
weird.
frontier.
Used to be real weird.
Yeah, you can get weird places very quickly.
I mean, it
Yeah.
still is very weird.
I mean, it is, but it was like, I don't know.
It's a lot
so
more tame now, I
old.
believe. Yeah.
So old. When we finish looking up all those music videos, we're gonna look up videos of like '90s internet. That's
Maybe
what I
we
wanna
could
see.
find my Zynga page.
Oh gosh,
It's got a lot of Final Fantasy stuff on it.
little anime kid.
does.
Oh, that's amazing.
Now anime is cool.
Wait, so what are we deciding?
Well, I was gonna say, I will say for NSYNC that they are very in sync,
Yeah.
and they have their full power combined as a band, as a group,
Yeah.
if you will,
Oh,
to stop this thing.
I've got one counterpoint to that. Metallica wrote an album called And Justice for All.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's bad. And you know what? Metallica has a more negative image.
They do. They're hard.
Metallica's
They're
all
metal,
about justice. Though.
allegedly.
They would never stop the investigation. They would want that investigation to continue, and they would want to get down to the bottom of it.
They are master of puppets, though.
Oh goodness,
Wow.
making some solid arguments.
No, but Metallica is not the master of puppets. They're just pointing out. If anything, the government's the master of puppets, and Metallica is a puppet.
And that's the way they like it because they want justice for all.
They also ride lightning, though.
You're just saying song titles now. You know what? I vote in sync too. It makes the most sense.
Well, Danny, you can vote, but
What do
it
you
doesn't
think?
matter.
Yeah. That's democracy.
Do I think that NSYNC would have more power to get out of that investigation?
Yeah, who's gonna weasel their way on out of there?
I feel like Metallica has more lawyers, more money, and more court experience than NSYNC does.
But do they have the dance moves?
They can headbang in syncopation.
I suppose.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They don't have the rhythm.
I'd like that stricken from the
NSYNC
record.
has better rhythm.
Yeah, they're
Than
probably
Lars
better
Ulrich.
musicians. I'll go on the record saying that
Oh, yeah.
NSYNC is better. Are better musicians still?
I would
Minus
say
Better
that
musicians than Metallica.
I would say that JT alone has more musicianship than the combined musicianship of Metallica.
Yeah.
Except for Rob Trujillo, the bassist.
Yeah.
He's great.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
got some
I don't know.
really
I'm not a
good
Metallica
braids.
fan.
I'm not either.
No, but like I don't even know who that guy is. That's all
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm not
He
even
was
versed
great
enough.
before he got in that band. But money
that's
is
sad.
money.
That's
Money is money. What are you going to do?
But the other people in the band, yeah, I don't think they're great at all.
So what are we
No.
deciding? It's in sync, though,
NSYNC.
right?
Yeah,
Danny,
it's in sync.
sorry.
I mean, yeah, if it's 2-1, I would say Metallica.
Interesting.
And you lose. Moving
All right.
on.
All right, round 2. Running for POTUS And
staying in the political realm tonight.
this is written by Danny. This is a Danny submission.
Wow.
How funny the world comes
Well,
around.
isn't that nice?
Must have been a minute ago.
Yeah, indeed.
At least 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, maybe
Several.
like a year. Anyways, so who's
that's
going to
the
win the
predict?
presidential election? NSYNC
Oh, yeah. Well,
or Metallica?
I'm voting for JT.
I would say JT as the prime candidate. Yeah, they'll win.
Is anyone in NSYNC gay?
Yes.
Are we going to have a gay president anytime
Wait,
soon? Everyone?
yes, Lance Bass.
When NSYNC wins.
Lance Bass.
When they win united. But what about everyone who's just like, I want to vote
Are
for
they
them?
just gonna like fill
They're
the
gonna go
whole cabinet?
Metallica.
Like JT's obviously
They would
the
fill the
president,
whole
and then
cabinet.
The rest of them just fill
Or
the
are
rest
we
of the
saying
cabinet.
that? Well, that's true. Only one of them can be president. Obviously, JT would be.
Who would be
NSYNC's
the VP?
Who would be the president in the case of Metallica?
James Hetfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. Then
No
you'd have-
way. JT would outclass him
But then, yeah, oh yeah.
on every level.
And then you'd have like evil vice president Lars Ulrich. He would be like Dick Cheney times 2.
oh my gosh. People.
He would get rid of the internet. He would
Would-
finally win against Napster.
Whoa. JT could attack him on that too,
Yep. On that platform.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, who would be VP of NSYNC?
Lance Bass.
No.
Is he in NSYNC?
He is.
Joey Fat One.
Joey
Fat one. Wow.
What that one would be
That
VP.
was like your joke from 5th grade too, right? It's just stuck with you this whole time.
You don't retire the golden ones.
Wow.
You never retire your golden ones.
Wow. Golden's a stretch.
It's just
but-
like one of those situations that life makes that his name just happened to be Fatone.
What are you gonna do? When your last name is Fatone, you have to try extra hard not to be the fat
to
one.
be the fat one in
who are
the
the
band.
who are the
Yeah.
other NSYNC guys? Can you name them?
Lance Bass, Justin Timberlake, Joey Fatone.
Skinny beard guy. Skinny beard bad boy.
I feel, I feel like his name's Chris or AJ. I can't
Oh,
remember.
there's an AJ.
AJ sounds right.
I'm pretty sure there's an AJ.
Is AJ Backstreet Boys though?
Oh,
Kevin.
See,
There's
who's-
got to be a Kevin.
Who's got the Carter? Is that Backstreet
That's
Boys?
the Backstreet Boys.
Aaron Carter.
See,
Steve
this
Carter.
is an instance in
no,
which
isn't
Carter?
Aaron Carter the little brother?
yeah, they're not.
Who's
he's
the
not-
other
no,
Carter?
Nick Carter is the big
Nick
one.
Carter.
Nick Carter.
He's
There you
in
go.
Backstreet Boys.
He's BSB,
Gross.
and they're back.
Well, Backstreet's not back. NSYNC's won though, right? Is that where we're landing here? JT's just gonna outcharm Lars Ulrich.
I think
He's a better nominee.
I would feel that NSYNC would have a better chance of winning the presidency.
Yeah, for sure. And then
JT's just too hot.
they'd have bearded bad boys vice president. It'd be perfect.
I don't. I think Joey Fatone would be a better vice president.
I'd be down.
Yeah,
I'm down. As long as JT's up there. That makes the most sense.
it really does.
I feel like this one was quick and painless.
Yeah.
Quick and painless. And
But-
here we come to the most painless part of all of it, where we inevitably talk about Batman.
Yes.
So he's still in the
obviously.
running.
Yeah, Batman is still reigning champ. He's been reigning champ since episode 5.
Who's the one that hates Batman?
Empire
Is it
Strikes
Frank?
Back. Frank,
Probably me.
obviously. It's hilarious. And the problem is that Batman is written so well that he has no faults. There's really nothing that
Yes,
Batman is
yes.
inherently bad at.
Did you? were you
I
the
feel
one
like
that
I've
sent
heard
me
this
the
before.
privilege meme
The-
about Batman.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Yeah, that one's great.
It's true. So Batman as president versus a whole
Well, no,
cabinet.
we got to draw out one last.
Oh.
Well, Danny as guest, I feel like
Yeah,
we should draw
Danny
this last
should
one.
do it,
Here you
yeah.
go, sir. What is it going to be? What could it
would
be?
you do if I sang out of tune? Who would be a better Power Ranger? Also, a submission by me.
It's good that they're
Whoa.
groups. This is working out really
well,
nice.
I do got to say that NSYNC being a group is pretty cool.
They are the yeah.
And they are in sync. I mean, obviously, though, Batman would destroy all of NSYNC.
He's a better
single-handedly.
Power Ranger.
He's a better Power
Than
Ranger.
5 Power Rangers.
Like you could take all 5 of NSYNC single-handedly, probably like without even punching him, like just with various.
I feel like Batman could take out all of Megazord too.
Yeah, and well, his Megazord would be like a giant bat robot. It'd be sick. It'd be amazing.
It'd be really dope. That would actually be a really dope fight to see.
That would be so
Alfred
cool.
would be the little robot.
Yeah. What would NSYNC's
Megazord.
Yeah, what would NSYNC's Megazord be?
Be super.
It would have
fly.
strings,
Oh my god! It would move like the puppet.
like a marionette.
Oh, hilarious!
Wow.
We all just did like a puppet impression.
we all did
on
it.
like an audio podcast. We like took
A podcast.
podcast. Yeah, a podcast. That's what we're calling it. We did a podcast.
That just sounds gross.
Yeah, that's what I didn't tell you about.
We're talking about pudding on this episode, just like we do every episode.
No more pudding.
What's in your pud?
Gross. It's so gross. And I don't even know why.
We might have to cut that out. I haven't fully decided yet.
I don't know either.
We're gonna see how that grows on me.
It's a little repulsive.
It's pretty nasty.
I might slice it out and then
jeez.
put it in another part somewhere randomly, just for fun. What's in your
Podcast.
pud?
Wow. Well, I mean,
disgusting.
that's a
Batman
long
wins
diversion,
again.
but Batman obviously is still reigning champ. I mean, unless you guys have a good argument against it.
I feel like I could throw arguments at you all night, and you would just have something to shut me down with for Batman.
This one is not, I'm
one's
trying
pretty
not to be
And this
biased.
this
but
one
it's just
is
like,
especially tough too.
there's no way you could say that NSYNC would be better fighters than Batman.
Batman,
It's
especially
a
in
really
costume.
hard argument to make. I'll give
Really
you
is.
that.
And he would look crazy as a Power Ranger.
He would be
Batman.
like,
Ooh, and those color schemes. Would he
Yeah.
just have the colors of all of them?
would he
all
just be
rainbowed
the
out?
Black Power Ranger?
I feel like he'd still be black. He'd be too no.
Why? Because his parents are dead? That's racist, David.
Wow.
We also might have to edit that out.
If anything, that connection was super racist. But whatever. Anyways.
I really enjoyed that. So much so that I headbutted the mic.
I think I did too. Maybe I felt like it was my glasses against my.
Can we
shield.
put like a ton of echo on that headbutt? Oh, gosh.
Well-
Good stuff happening.
So Batman wins again.
Yeah, Batman wins again. And you
It's
know what?
everybody's least favorite ending.
It's not mine, really. At this point, I think it's hilarious. It's been 7
I hate
episodes
it.
of Batman.
I wish he would not win.
And of course, just toss us your own prediction or your own peeps. If you hate Batman, take him down with your suggestion. Not likely. I'm just saying. Bet. That's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
have
saying.
to like start doing research, reading all these Batman comics, looking for his weak spots. I will take you down, Batman.
Well, that's great because in a way you'll end up becoming like a rabid Batman fan, and in a way Batman will win forever.
Or my hate will just like fester.
This is just like in The Dark Knight when the Joker puts that the button. You know what I mean? And he's gonna make these people make a change, Frank. Make a change to them forever, and that's gonna be you. You'll be forever a Batman fan. Forever.
Would Batman win against Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy?
Yes. Honestly.
for
You
sure.
think so? He can't breathe in water.
Yeah, they can't breathe on air too.
Sure.
You gotta think about with
And I'm sure Batman has some kind of stupid apparatus. He has so many apparati.
Also, they're tiny. You know what I mean?
They are
They're the
small
size of
in
a sea
comparison.
sponge.
Why are they small? They're humanoid.
And old. They're very old.
A lot of
They're
questions.
Like past the time.
A lot of questions in SpongeBob.
Not a lot makes sense in
Not
the
a lot
SpongeBob
makes sense.
universe,
Hey,
in the Spongeverse.
you just gotta take it.
I do love that SpongeBob is still like the most relevant meme.
Oh yeah,
Make.
kids love SpongeBob.
It's crazy, man.
It's still super popular.
Love SpongeBob.
Good stuff. so next week, our favorite SpongeBob episodes,
Yeah.
and there's no bad ones. There's got to be some.
There's some in the later seasons.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Solid banter, you guys. Solid way to take us out. And on that note, if you have any suggestions,
Let's make
email
more
us.
for Frank to edit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun time listening to that little gem there at the end. You'll be like, oh my goodness. Maybe I'm gonna take it out and like just make it a ringtone for you guys. Be the world's
That'd be
most
great.
boring ringtone. How deep is your love? Ugh.
Just auto tune it. Just throw it into that
Just turn David all
the
the way
auto tune
out.
machine and then just make it to a song.
Just turn David's mic all the way down, start singing Bee Gees. Terrible.
You have to hear some of it when you edit.
David and Frank
Do you
and
hate that
Beans.
song? Does he hate that song?
Gmail.com. David.
Are you gonna turn me down?
See you all next time. Turning everybody out. Get real intimate here at the end. I'm sorry I let this happen. We'll see you next time.